Hello, welcome to How to Sew with Laura. I am your guide to all things design. Today we are going to learn how to do a simple roll-up hem, sometimes called a baby hem, sometimes called a double turn hem, but very simply we're going to do it on the lining piece because the top piece doesn't need one. As you see, it's already got the lovely eyelet edging. But what we're going to do is finish off the inside piece by turning it up, and basically I will show you how to do that, but it's going to end up, you turn it up once to turn up the raw edge, and then you fold it again, and the raw edge is encased within that double fold. So first we're going to head over to the iron and the ironing board to press it in place. Okay, so I've turned the garment inside out, and I'm just going to do a quick press to just take out a few little creases, make it as straight as possible. That makes it easier to turn under my hem. Now, since this is a lining piece, it's pretty easy to figure out which way you're going to turn the hem. You always turn it towards the inside of the garment, and in this sense you just see where your seam edges are. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to very carefully turn under 1/8 of an inch. Okay, I like to do a really small hem. I think it's really clean and not delicate, but just very precise looking. It's not clumsy looking, it's very professional looking. So what I'm going to do is I'm turning under the first part. Oh, it's hot. I have a hot ironing board. I can't imagine why. Okay, so I'm just going to do this along the whole edge. And what that's going to do is give me a nice clean edge, and then I'm going to end up turning that edge under, because right now we're just turning the raw edge up under once. And what we want to do is encase the raw edge in the second fold. And so what that will end up looking like when when it's not so hot is there will be a second fold, and it will be the same amount of it'll be the same, like 1/8. It'll be closer to 1/4 because you have to allow for the layer of fabric that's inside. All right, so now I've got my first fold, and then I use that edge and my eye, and what I'm going to do is press the second fold, and what we have is a very nice clean, just shy of 1/4 inch or 3/16 of an inch, and I'm going to press that all the way around just like I did the first seam, and then we will sew it. Okay, so we've folded it twice, so you can see the first fold is right here, and there's our raw edge. Then we folded it again at the edge of the raw edge, so that edge is going to be totally encased. And we have this nice narrow double folded hem. I have a few little pieces that stick out, but those can be trimmed off later, or you tuck them under. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch right next to this edge, not the edge, the bottom edge, but the top edge, so it would be the first fold. And that's going to show on the other side, it's going to show as a nice clean stitch. So we'll see how that works. And this is very fast and very easy. So I'll stop for a moment, and what you see here is a very nice clean even stitch all the way around. And that's what our finished hem is going to look like. And there we go. So I'm going to tuck some of these little extra pieces under, and there we go. Now, there's a trick that you might want to know about. So instead of watching your inner edge, what you do is you line your outer edge up against your foot, and you follow that outer edge, and that's your guiding line. Just to make sure that the stitch on this side is always exactly the same and doesn't like maybe have a little curve here and there, because sometimes those folds are not exactly perfect. So if you want to get around not exactly perfect folds, you use your outside edge, your bottom edge, as your guide. And you just line that up with the inside of your foot, and it works just great. When I finish, you can do a back stitch if you want. I don't like to do a lot of back stitches just because it can get bulky. But it's a nice finishing touch. But what I do is I'll go about a ½ inch over my first run of the stitch. So that's, in a sense, sort of like doing a back stitch. Okay. Any little pieces that are sticking up, you just trim them away, and then you're pretty much done with your. And there we have our seam, our hem. Thank you for watching. And next time, which will be the final step in this particular project, we are going to learn how to finish the edges of the sleeve. So we've got everything else done. It's great. We're finished, and that's the last bit. It's not quite as easy as doing the hem that we did today, but it will be easy enough. So stay tuned next week. Thank you. I'm Tanzer.